got it done. For Leicester, save face. You lost to the team who, I don't check the league table, but you lost to the team top of the table, 1-0. Cool, innit? First things first, I'm happy we got a clean sheet. We haven't kept too many of those recently. I'm happy for the 3 points. Happy for an instant reaction in that second half. Martinelli scored in the 46th minute. The only thing we needed to do today was I think in this first half was test the keeper a bit more and score some more goals. But a vital 3 points, especially with in a couple of minutes. I say a couple of minutes, about 35 minutes. Who is it again? The trailer thoughts deserted me now. Man City are playing Bournemouth. Big 3 points. Big 3 points. As I said, can we remain unbeaten in what's left of February? Evidently, we have. Can we now stay unbeaten until April, where we play Liverpool? We're going to need to be perfect. We've got some big games, not in no order. We've got Fulham, we've got Everton midweek, we've got Bournemouth. There's a number of tricky little games there. And from again, I'm not looking at the Premier League stuff, people. But some of you, I'm pretty sure you lot said Everton are losing / have lost. So yeah, man, it is what it is. Big 3 points, man. Emotional settings, but we move in it. Really, we move, man. We move. If we was to go over the game, people, as I said, if we cast our minds back to the first half, if I look at my notes, people, I think there weren't really a tempo to the game per se, but I think we were knocking the ball around. There was interchanging movement from a number of players, in particular Martinelli and Trossard. I know some people in the live stream were quite critical of Martinelli, but for me, I think he linked up fairly well. Frustrated towards the end of the first half, but I think he linked up play really well. I think everybody was showing for the ball. Everyone was moving it fairly decent, doing quite well. The majority of the game of the first half was spent in Leicester's half. The only thing we needed to do was work Danny Ward, because you were seeing on occasion, anytime the ball was in their box, their defense looked a bit shaky, really. Would have liked to see another day isolate the keepers, the wingers, more 1v1 against their fullbacks. Fair enough. You said it's a foul on the keeper, Danny Ward. I have to see it again. If that's given, cool. Why Saka's not giving a pen? Fair enough, really. But yeah, I think Leicester did well limiting the space. They weren't trying to press our centre-halves. They were happy to let our centre-halves have it. They just tried to be condensed, rigid and stuff. And ultimately, the game plan worked, because one of the shoddiest defences didn't get hit for a cricket score against one of the best attacks in this league. So there's plenty for them to build upon. As I said, there weren't really a tempo. It became clear we probably would have had to have been a bit patient. The only criticism I can say of this whole game and in the first half is that evidently we're not working Danny Ward enough, really. Going back to the Brentford game, the gaffer said we need to be more efficient and effective in the final third. As I said, Leicester are holding their shape well. We've got the majority of the ball. We're not allowing them out the half. Around the 20th to 30th minute, we had 73% of the ball. We had about 5-6 corners, but only one shot on target. No shots on target, sorry. So we need to progress it. Trossard can count himself unlucky that a curler of a goal has been disallowed. I did think towards the end of the first half, or at least 25 minutes in, I won't say Leicester offered anything in the first half, but they began to grow into it. Ultimately, that was that. My thoughts at halftime was we just need more aggression in the final third. We're doing well. We're getting it up there well, but we need to provoke havoc in their defense, because there's a couple of times they're giving away corners where they don't need to. Leicester, at that time, they're just trying to knock it into the channels and hit us on the counter attack. At that time, only Kelechi really looked like he's really on playing, but you need more than that. As I said, Leicester are shaky defensively. They're low on confidence despite what they did against Spurs. Can we provoke havoc? Can we test Ward? I do like the interchanging movement and the 1-2s from everyone, but can we be better in the final third, people? And ask questions of Ward. That's it, really and truly. Once again, Leicester are living for the counter-attacks, less balls into the channel. In the second half, they're going to have to, it's tiring the way they're playing. Their shape is going to start seeing holes. And us the same, because football's a 90-minute game. Their defense looks scared. Don't understand how their left back went as long as without being booked as he was. VAR did us dirty. I did think towards the end of the first half, Martinelli became a bit predictable, but I think he had a good game. ultimately, you know, in the first half, we had 7 shots, none on target, 74% of the ball, 377 passes to their 136. We had 5 corners. We need to correlate that to scoring because football's a funny old game. We started the second half blisteringly good, early goal. You know, Gabriel's had a great game as well as Saliba, not that they had much to do. Knocked it into the channels. Trossard's put the disappointment of not scoring behind him, found Martinelli. Martinelli's been brave, taking a whack as well. It's our first shot on target. It's a minute into the second half. Great stuff. What we've needed to do. Second goal was obviously disallowed because Saka was offside, and that was everything I wanted us to do. Just ultimately have a lot more aggression and be more aggressive, and we kind of did that. I did think the goal we scored kind of made it more of an even contest. The game became quite alive now, and you did see on another day. Not that Leicester really. What did Ramsdale have to do? I think Dewsbury had an effort that went wide, but it made it a nervous contest, especially as we started to get tired and whatnot. Really, I don't know how Patson Daka. Not that he meant it, but he had a late tackle on Xhaka. I don't know how he didn't get a yellow card for that because Saka was booked for less. Ultimately, we did enough in it. We won the game. We got our 3 points. We kept a clean sheet, which I'm happy. And now we can begin focus for the Everton game. Only thing, as I said, correlate. Not normally we have a lot of shots. We don't correlate it into scoring. Today, our first shot on target came in the second half. We need to do a lot better in it. But now we've got 2 wins on the spin. It was definitely more of a complete 90 minutes performance than the drama of Aston Villa. So on another day, can we shoot more? Can we ask more questions? Because you're playing one of the league's worst defenses. You know, Saka, Trossard, Martinelli, even though you scored. On another day, some of you lot could have bettered your season tallies here, but it's not. You can't always score them amount of goals. Sometimes you need to do it. Sometimes there's going to be an element of a nervous contest. We did what we needed to do today, and we walk away with the 3 points in it. And now planning begins towards midweek against Everton, which is a very different test against Sean Dyche's men. Last time I checked, they were losing. They're going to want revenge, but you know, 1-0 to the Arsenal is a famous chant. I'll take that. We'll move in it, really. You know, it could have been better, could have been worse, really. So, yeah, nice to see Partey back. We all know a couple players were carrying a bit of knocks. Lovely to see, you know, Trossard. I think, obviously, Trossard went through elements where he was kind of quiet towards the end of the first half. And I think he looked a bit knackered when he needed to get subbed, but he's shown he can operate in that 9. Him and Martinelli were interchanging well. And even on a couple of occasions, players all over the field. I think Jorginho had a spotless game. I think Gabriel also did well. I didn't get at Jorginho. You can't tell me to say sorry to Jorginho. I was the one crying about giving the man a chance and why he shouldn't write him off. Not saying that I think he's amazing or going to be amazing or never going to have a bad game. You can't get at me with that. Like I said, give a man a chance. Go and check my first video. I weren't doing what certain content creators were doing and making videos, you know, effing and blinding and carrying on. But engagement levels have to engage, I guess. But yeah, lovely to see Trossard get an assist and Martinelli score. Big up Gabriel as well. I think Jorginho was good. I think Xhaka woke up a bit. You know, it's not that he wasn't playing well in the first half, but I think he kind of played a lot better in the second half. I think Benjamin White had a good game. I think the centre-backs did. I said I wanted Ramsdale to be the lowest-rated keeper, lowest-rated player today, and he was that because he never had nothing to do, really, if he did. So you can't always win by a mad scoreline, innit? Even though on another day, we have the capacity to be a lot more efficient and effective in the final third. And some of these lot, you know, Saka's on 9 goals in the league. You could have been on 10 today. But we done the job, innit? What more can you say? What more can you want, really? We live in hope, brother. Happy days now. We need Tottenham to lose and a couple of other results to go our way. Happy days. I hear you on that, man. You know, now we can enjoy the weekend and what's left of it, knowing that our team did the job. And now we enjoy what's left of today. But now the planning towards Everton, because I want revenge against them. We've been good at home, and I want 3 points. Everton's not going to be easy. Fulham away is not going to be easy. Bournemouth, we need to beat that. As I said, can we go unbeaten in March and what's left of February, which we've done? And then obviously do what we need to do. Leicester in the second half obviously offered a lot more with their subs. They were just set up for damage limitation. They didn't really believe in themselves. So we didn't have too much to do defensively, but we mopped up well. I even think Zinchenko was unlucky with an effort he had. Enjoy yourself while you're still in pink. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Later then think. Enjoy the rest of today and we move, man. Trossard's goal should have stood. If I was reffing because the goalie punched it out, but I respect the VAR call. DG, would you run the same lineup against Everton? I think if Partey's willing to, you know, if Partey can play, I think you've got to bring Partey in. And I think Eddie will be back in. These resilient wins demoralize our competition, keep it pushing. Playing nice is an extra in the last 15, all about the 3 points. Tell him again, Hector. I need to see the lines on that Saka goal because Saka was on and Martinelli looked like he was on, could have been as well. Jorginho, another solid. Oh, you're coming. I can't even see it now. Another solid performance, holding things down while Partey recuperates. Thomas clearly not near top fitness. He was moving carefully and slowly out there. Not when he went right wing. Now it's time to become a Bournemouth fan for 5 minutes until the robot Haaland packs them. Palace fan at 7:45. A sneaky feeling of disappointment still looms, though. We could have done a lot better, but I wouldn't say disappointment. We got the win, man. On another day, we need to be a lot more clinical, but we'll move with that, man. Gabby, man of the match for you. It's these games where it may look scrappy, but we get over the line. These games will be the difference at the end of the season. Amen. 9 degrees below freezing and snowing here in New York, so this warms the day up a bit. Good work by the club. Amen. Would have loved to see Smith Rowe, even Vieira for Odegaard. I hear you, but at them times there, bro, like it's 1-0. Leicester are not putting us under pressure, but asking a lot more. I would have loved Smith Rowe, Fabio to get minutes, but it was a Partey thing. I thought Partey was coming off for Jorginho because it looked like something happened to Jorginho. Elite dark arts from him, and it was lovely to see him coaching. But it's Odegaard, you know what? You come off flat midfield free, just getting it done. You know, the result comes first. I'm sure Arteta would love to give everybody a game and things, but it weren't one of them. It's a weird one because in many ways we played like that and scored 3-4. But it's only 1-0. It's not about people's game time. I would have loved Tierney to come on. I think Zinchenko played well, but he looked a bit knackered. It's about the 3 points, man. Declan Rice scored, you know, and Telemans came off after, you know, hurting himself. So maybe, man, remember stuff. Danny Ings did well. Appreciate that, Lewis. Appreciate all of you lot's kind words, man. We are comfortably above Southampton. That. Don't forget, people. Midweek Arsenal versus Everton and so on and so forth. We're going to get into the player rating shortly. But yeah, man, good performance. I can't wait to watch the game again, really, because he's watching it on a dodgy stream. Did Mikel Antonio score? Oh, that don't look like a penalty in the Everton game, I must admit. Ollie Watkins. Bet you lost your pals. Oh, great penalty. What do I know? Job done with a clean sheet. That's what I'm here for. Leicester offered very little. Can't wait till Jesus is back. Amen. Did what needed to be done. Appreciate you, Mark. See you for the City game. Love this squad. Not pretty, but a win is a win. We move. Exactly. Rob Trossard of a goal. Rob Saka probably of a goal as well, really. Because Saka should have had a penalty, but it is what it is. Well, I have to see the VAR for the goal again. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt for that. The penalty, I don't understand how that's not a pen when you've ruled out, you know, the Trossard goal because of what's going on with Ward. There was a lot of inconsistencies in that half. Some decisions were going our way. I mean, in that game, some were going our way, some were going for us. So I don't know what the ref was on, but what I would say is Craig Pawson, you're going to get signed up by Brendan Rodgers, in my opinion. Elite defending from you today. You know, arguably Leicester's best defender today.